Well, before we get going, we have a little bit of housework to do, and this has something to do with the name of the campground. So the video they're going to be watching today is actually about the Pocahontas Campground, which has now been renamed as the Miette Campground, and from what I can tell, it's actually a temporary name. The Jasper Indigenous Association, or Forum I should say, and the Jasper National Park, they started working together to start renaming some of these heritage sites, and one of them was the Pocahontas Campground. Personally, I like the Miette Campground name because it jives with the Miette Road, which goes all the way up to the Miette Hot Springs. So as you notice in the video that you're going to watch today, I named everything Pocahontas because that's what was written on all the signs, all the signage, and all the documentation that I had, and it's only after that I realized that, oh, they've changed the name. For our situation, it's kind of unimportant. It's the campground that leads to the Miette Hot Springs. And if you're wondering why change the name, I got this printout here from Parks Canada, which basically they say, while current park sites are named due to their proximity of the historical Pocahontas coal mine, and the use of the name Pocahontas is problematic for several reasons. As Pocahontas is sometimes used as a racial slur. Pocahontas as a notable historical figure bears no direct connection with Jasper National Park. The original naming of the site was done a long time ago when concerns about appropriation and racism weren't even concerned. The narratives of Pocahontas are complex and meaningful. Appropriation of this name reflects many problematic aspects of colonialism, violence against women, and racism. And the last reason they put down is visitors to the park are provided with little to no context of the naming of the site and are likely to casually infer connection to the popular American native of Pocahontas. So I hope this clears a little bit of confusion if you guys are watching the video and wondering like, that's not the name that says it on the internet. That's why. All right, so now let's go back to the video. In Jasper National Park and starting a series of campground videos for you guys to enjoy, and today we're at Pocahontas Campground. So this is one of the first official campgrounds inside Jasper National Park if you come in on the Hinton side, and right now we're at the main entrance registry of the campground. The main road is right down there, and if you keep going on this road, you'll go all the way up to the Miette Hot Springs that are at the far back. So this is also a good spot to come and camp if you want to go to the hot springs. And then there's like 5 loops in there, and as soon as you come in, I love that you have a gorgeous view of the Rocher Miette right at the far back there. We've also made several videos of us going hiking all the way around there, so I'll put links in my video for that. So as you get to the Pocahontas campsite, there's a registration center right in here, and then you just head down the road, go find your camping spot, and enjoy Jasper National Park. So come with me and we'll go check out all the things that you want to see and know about the Pocahontas Campground. If there's nobody at the registration desk at the front, as soon as you come in, you're gonna get greeted by this little spot here. So a lot of the places I've seen so far in some of the smaller campgrounds in Jasper and Banff and all these national parks is they'll have a little self-registration kiosk here. So it all depends if there's somebody attending. There's usually information, papers, pens. You can put your money in these big metal tubs here, either checks or that kind of stuff. You can just put all that stuff in there and then you register. So there's 5 distinct loops at the Pocahontas campground. They're labeled B, C, D, E, and F. The C and the E are in behind me here and they kind of go that way. There's 2 loops that are more on the south side, D and F, and then there's 1 loop that's on the very north side, which is B. What's interesting here is that there's actually 2 small sets of walk-in campgrounds in here. So the walk-in campgrounds have bear bins and fire pits, and there's 5 at one side and 5 at the other, so you can kind of loop around and figure out which one you want to go to. If you're using a tent to camp, you won't have any problems here at all. The sites are relatively flat and you can come here, set up your tents pretty easily. If you're using an RV or some sort of pull trailer, some of them are smaller, so you may have to drive around and kind of figure out which ones is best for you. So let's follow us here. We're gonna go around and show you guys a few examples of some of these loops and some of these campsites you'll find here at the Pocahontas campground. Well, I'm in the washroom for Loop F, and every single one of these 5 loops has their own washrooms that all look kind of very similar to this. Men's washroom, women's washroom, and then there's water. Some of them have power, this one doesn't seem to, and then there's also drink water that you can get out of here. Loop F and D share the same washrooms. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you come in Loop F and Loop D, you might want to come more into the center and stay out of the outside, because then you'll have to walk a little bit further to get to these. I'm currently sitting at site B9, and I think this might be one of my favorite sites. It's actually a walk-in site, so if you're going on a backcountry trip, you could come to these walk-in sites, which are a lot less popular than the ones where you can park in and then use your backcountry gear here and then just tent like normal. You got a nice little fire pit, picnic tables, and your bear lockers are just in behind you here. And these 5 sites are pretty much ready to go for the season. And it's kind of neat how these sites follow kind of the creek gorge, and they kind of steady down. So there's a higher one and a middle one, and this is the middle one, and it keeps going down, and then there's 2 tiers. So this is one of my favorite spots. If I were to come camp here, I would definitely take one of these B walk-in sites. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully it helps you guys make up your mind where you want to stay when you come enjoy Jasper. Well, this is Pocahontas Campground here in Jasper National Park, and I'm Eric Tremblay, and these are my adventures. Peace out.